Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Monday, May 31st at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I am live. Yay! This is a Facebook production where I am live from 7 p.m. Central to 10 p.m. Central. And welcome to all my Facebook people who visit me while I'm live. And to my YouTube subscribers and peeps who will be watching this video, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see everybody. Okie dokie, smoky. So glad you could join me. I am here for you. Whether you just want to hang out and lurk and watch and enjoy a live feed, or whether you want to come right in the room and say hello, chat me up, chat up with other people who are live. Good to see everybody. All I ask is when you come in the room, just say hello so that I know everything is working properly. Okay. Hello, Yana. Yana, say something so I know that I'm getting a proper feed, would ya? Never mind, Mary said hello. Mary, Sandra, Yana. So glad to see everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yana, I meant to tell you, love your colorings, but when you take pictures, will you take pictures of the individual pages closer up so we can see your work? Sandra, welcome from Canada. Oh, Canada. Good to see everybody. Hi, Jennifer. Yeah, we wanted Yana to be able to see your work, so put in multiple pictures, would you please? Okay. Calendar. This Sunday, the fairy contest ends. From Claire. Jean, hi. Good to see you, Jean. Get out, Buglet. Dang it. Sunday at 12 midnight. Don't forget that that ends. Yeah, Yana, don't be shy about showing your work. A week from Sunday, Dawn's contest ends. Get your colorings in, guys. Okay. So let me show you some things that I'm working on. Hi, Rhonda. Okay. So today is Memorial Day in the United States. We honor all our fallen soldiers. If you are friended with me on Facebook, you saw that I did nothing but post Memorial Day images. So for those who have family that served that didn't make it back, Thank you for your sacrifices. Our condolences. Okay. Hello, Melba. Alright, so I've got an unpackaging to do here. I succumbed to Amazon once again. I did. Miss Melba, how are you feeling? Okay. So let me unwrap this. Look at this. This makes me mad. Zoom in. Zoom in. So I get this. It says, Dear Amazon purchaser, after you leave 5 stars review for this item on Amazon, simply send a picture of the screenshot of your review to that email. After we verify your review, we will send you, I assume that's a $5 Amazon gift card by mail. Boy, that ticks me off. So, you see this? Zoom out. There we go. That's what I think about it. Okay. So, this is the Gaga eyeshadow kit. One of you found it. Melba, are you to the point where we can do a live session? And then we need to talk to Art Deco as well. Okay. And I'm glad you're doing a lot better. And the reason that I got this, I think Ashley found it. You'll have to remind me. Mary found it. Thank you, Mary. Yeah. Zoom out. And the reason that I got this is because of all the browns in it. Let me get the light off of that because that's got that little plastic. Oh, let's see what this is doing. Oh, they're all in plastic. Okay, I'm going to leave this closed up for now. So here are all the browns that it has. Got a couple of crumblies, but that happens. So these are the palettes that you get. I need to look at something here. I do have the affiliate link with this, but I was interested in all the browns. And I'm going to take a peek at something here on my Amazon. that is this image looks different. Okay, just be aware, guys. You see how on the image from Amazon, it's got all these browns on here? All right, I'm not seeing, I mean, the browns are here, but they're not in the same pattern. But it does look like it's got a lot of browns, and that's what I wanted. See these? So they just may have changed the order of it. So just be aware. Hi, Pearl. So we have on here 252 colors. So I think it'll be okay. Again, I'm going to leave the plastic on here for now until I use it. But I wanted to show you this, that I picked it up. So I've got plenty of sets. And actually I've got another set coming yet, so I am like up to my eyeballs in eyeshadow. The things I do for you guys. Alright, so that's the Gaga set, and it is in our affiliate list. Hi, Ronnie. Ronnie Bobani. Yeah, they look good, Jennifer. I think they'll be good. Okay. Now, another thing I want to show you, and I need to do a little video about this. I'm going to be doing mini videos, guys. Little tutorials. I still have to decide whether I'm going to originate them here on Facebook and then pop them up to YouTube, or do them on YouTube first and then download them here. Probably I'll start here on Facebook, and that way if you guys happen to pop in while I'm doing the tutorial, I might take questions. Okay. Ooh, Ronnie got her cardstock. Yay! Alright, so I'm playing around last night. Rhonda Green got this book for the group, so I couldn't keep my mitts off of it. Rhonda, it's your fault that I was up late. I had to start playing with the book. Have fun with your cardstock, Ronnie. Print out your pictures on them. You'll have fun with it. Okay, so I want to show you, I did this image. I emulated this front image here. Yeah, Rhonda, your fault. Again, love this book. All original images, no duplicates, so you make a copy, right? So I got to working on this. I put the little specks around the outside, which I thought looked really cool. And then I decided that I wanted to make this shine. So I was trying to figure out a way to do that. I had some shiny stuff that I was using before, which I couldn't find. And then I happened to find this, which is by Plaid, P-L-A-I-D company. And it lets you create a stained glass look, and this is crystal clear. So I experimented on my scratch page. Loved how it came out, and so I put it on here, and it makes a beautiful surface on there. And you can see how shiny it is. Oh yeah, Ronnie, don't let Nehemiah and Abby play with your cardstock. So I put the glaze on. And it looks absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to tilt it so you can see. Everybody see, there you go. See that? I will do a tutorial about this. Now I ordered a new bottle. It's so funny. This stuff has got to be like 2 or 3 years old, and it still works beautifully. So I ordered a new bottle, and I'm going to see whether it is the same color as this or consistency or whatever. But the point is, it still worked beautifully. So if you have something that you want a window look or glazed look on, shiny, and the thing is, when it doesn't reflect, you see how shiny that looks now? So when I posted this in our group, I did a flat picture, and then I tilted it so you could see what the glaze looked like. And the thing is, when you put it on, I popped it on the back. Remember, I was showing you how to do that? Ronnie, I think you better put that paper out of reach of Nehemiah and Abby. No, it doesn't yellow the picture. It actually makes it bolder. I mean, it just seals that puppy right up. So that's how that looks. I wanted to show you that. And I'll be trying it over different mediums. The eyeshadow, pencil. Well, there's pencil on here. But it seems to work just fine. And Melba, I'm assuming that there is an Art Deco equivalent. So we can talk about that as well. But I'm going to be using this a lot more on my, well, Ronnie, it's not so much as a protector. I use Krylon for that. I put it on for the effect, the shiny effect, to make it look brighter and glassy. Can you show it again so you can, yeah. And it's in our affiliate list. And I think I put it in the main, yeah, I put it in our main group when I put the pictures up. Okay. So that's that. Oh, okay, Melba. Good. That's what I figured. We can talk about that. Melba and I are working on a guest to come into the group. So, fun stuff. All right, so Feminine Elegance, the gift from Rhonda that kept me up last night. And this is what came out of it. I just threw this together, actually. But I'm pretty happy with it. Okay. So now I'm working on Color My Sketchbook 3 by Bennett Klein. I hope you guys have been enjoying doing this. We are almost done with this. We are almost done. Da, 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 da. Oh my. Let me roll the camera around just a little bit. So this is Color My Sketchbook 3. Thank you, Ronnie. I've been having a ball doing it for you guys. Okay, and I'm going to show you something, a new trick. Zoom in. Zoom in. What do you guys notice between the flowers on the left and the flowers on the right? You notice anything? We'll see how eagle eye you guys are. You know I'm always cooking something up for you. Da, da, dum. Da, 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 dum. Da, dum. Hi, Rita. Rita is spending her last week in Guatemala. That's right. I haven't started coloring yet, but I'm doing a but wait, there's more. Da, 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 dum. All right, here's what I'm showing you. You see the black line around the outside here? There's no black line on this side. Zoom out. It was working before. You guys see that? And see the difference? And see how cool that looks? All right. What I did is I took my Arteza pen, the 1.0 width, and you can tell it's my Fav 1 because the ink is down to there. See the ink level there? I'm going to show you this, and it's pretty cool. So what I did is I took my pen and I very slowly went around the outside and I obliterated that black line. You guys see how neat that looks? Now, the trick to doing this, and this is why I like my Arteza pens, this is recommended by Claire of Color with Claire. And the trick is patience. And when you take your time and go around this, now I'm not going to do this whole thing, obviously. But do you see the difference now on this rose? It is pretty cool. And I've talked a lot about this. when I've been coloring, when I tell you that you need to color over your black lines as much as possible. And that way you have more natural looking stuff. And again, welcome to all the people that are lurking but are not in the room. Love you guys. Drop in anytime. And do you see now how much better this looks? As I go ahead and put that outline around the outside. Now, the reason that you go super slow with this is because you want enough ink to come out of your pen to not only cover your black line, but to be thick enough that when it dries, that black line isn't going to come back through. Okay? Hey, hey, Angela. Hey, hey, hey. Hello, Amy. So everybody see how cool that's making this look? Now, if I can manage to not get my hands in it, you know me. And you're going to have to clean your pen tip off a couple times to restart that ink because it gets cloggy. Nothing against the pen. Now, I'm getting down into a gray area here. And that white line is starting to really show up, right? See that? And I'll stop about there because the dark part of this leaf, we can get away with looking that it looks like it's part of the image. Okay, zoom out. Grr, 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 rah. All right. So now I want you to look at this with fresh eyes now that you know what you were supposed to be seeing. No black lines, right? All right. Now, if you happen to think that you're going to be putting a background on this, when you go to put that background, you're going to have a white line pop back up again. So what you need to do is take a marker with a similar color. And go over that white. Now, there's an important point that you need to realize here. You have to let your arteza ink dry overnight. If you don't, when you go to put your marker on it, it's going to pull up what you put on there, okay? Now, I'm going to experiment with pencil on this. I wanted to wait until I was broadcasting to let you see this, so we can see if this is going to work. I already have my suspicions. Pencil will not work. Do you see how that black came back up again? You get you a little closer. So what it did is it pulled up that pen, and I'm going to pull it up right here. All right, it just can't withstand the rubbing of the pencil. That's to be expected. So you need to go over it with a comparable marker pen. So that's the only caveat to this. Yeah, I'm going to have to remark that with my arteza. Actually, I can get away with it. I don't have to because that black looks like I shaded. But you can see how cool this looks. With the marker. Now, when I get to the rose, that was a Faber-Castell marker, actually, that I was using. Da-dum. Anybody have any question about this so far? Oops. Let's not use the green against the red, ILene. Look how beautifully now this works. Hi, Sarah. Sarah, Miss Sarah. All right, now this is working beautifully against this rose. That was Vicky sneezing. Zoom out. You've been out all weekend. All right, Sarah. All right, now let me pull out. Everybody see how drop dead gorgeous that looks. No black line. And you could probably even, oh, Sarah, that's great, with friends that might as well have been family. I'm using different markers to show you. This is my Papermate set, the flare set that I have. And it covers it beautifully. La da da dum, la da dum. Oh, you've known them for 20 plus years. These Papermate flares are working beautifully with this. Sarah, are these people that you haven't seen for a while? All right, so what do you guys think of this technique? Do you like it? Any of you going, ooh, that's neat? So the method is that you use your Arteza white pen to outline. You wait overnight. Trust me, if you don't wait, your markers will pull up your ink. And then you go back over your white line. La da da. Now, let me pull in here. If you don't find a color that it's that's a good match, then, and you start to put your marker on and you realize that it's not the best match, then pull that color into whatever you're coloring and make it look like it's part of the image. In other words, you're faking the color, okay? So it works. Oh, Sarah, that's neat. A common interest in pirates. Oh, you met your husband at a Christmas party with these people, the dead pirates. How neat is that? Anybody have any questions about what I'm showing you? So tell me, Sarah, when you meet people and you tell them how you met your husband, what's the general reaction when you tell them how you met them? Now, if you're going along and your marker for some reason pulls up your arteza, just go back over it with your arteza again, let it dry, and then do the process again. Hi. Now, I'm pulling this yellow into my flower because I want to make it look like I actually used it, because the border's a little bit different. All right, let me pull out. Now look at that. Is that not cool? And the really neat thing is, and this is why I'm taking the time to finish this while I'm yakking at you, is because it'll be ready to do the background then. So now I can bring the background close to these flowers and not have that white line show up. You guys have any thoughts about this? I'd appreciate a little feedback. Yay, nay. Is this something that you would try yourself? Okay, let me put my pens away. I'll tell you, I love my Faber-Castell connector pens. Those were what I was just using. These guys, they're great. These things are a couple years old and these puppies are still running. Just remember to let your pen dry overnight, guys. Okay. I love how that looks. No ugly black line around the outside. So there you go. And I'm just tidying this up. Okay, Sarah says yes, love it. And what were the other medium? What other medium are we talking about, Sarah? Which medium? All right. I think we're in pretty good shape here. So now I'm going to work towards the bottom here. We'll see how much more time this takes. We'll get our skin and our bumblebee done. Actually, I will use my new, how about this? I'll use my new eyeshadow on that skin. We'll see how that stuff works. Did I use only one medium? I use multiple mediums if you're talking about the flowers. I use marker. Let me cut into this plastic stuff. I use colored pencil. I used black pen to highlight in between the flowers to make it pop. Let me get this cellophane off. Da, da, dum. Okay, bear with me here. What brand marker? As I mentioned, different brands. I use the Faber-Castell. I use the Papermate marker. I use my Ohuhu. Any marker will basically work. Okay, so that's number 2 unwrapped. All right, now we got to be a little careful of this because we've got a couple loose ones here. When I do my broadcast, Sarah, I like to use different brands because no one person that's watching may have the brand that I'm talking about. And the only time that I go specific with the brand is the Arteza white gel pen because I love it. All right, so we've got a couple of pots. Ooh, crumbled. Oh, that's going to be a bummer. But it can't be helped. There we go. Papermate is what I was looking for. Yeah, that was one of them. It sure was. Whoop. Da, 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 da. Okay. Now, when I talk about eyeshadow and recommending brands, I always suggest that you try and get a brand. Okay, Sarah, good. Yeah, keep asking until we're on the same page. Okay, I want to show you something too about ingredients. Talc, mica, silica, mineral oil, whatever that is, all that stuff. Okay, so when I talk to you about brands, it's good to have a brand that has mica as the first ingredient, because the mica tends to adhere a little better, at least on skin. Now, I don't think this is going to be an issue for paper. paper. I've had other brands where talc was first, but this is a good example of what I'm talking about. If you can find it, stuff that has mica as being first, then that's a good brand. But this stuff is okay. It'll work just fine. It's just a little extra benefit. Sparkle Pops and Crazy Pops. I don't know what those are, Sarah. Would you text me that information? I'll be glad to look into it. Okay, I'm going to show you now about doing skin with eyeshadow. Zoom in. All right, I got to work on that. Hold on. Bear with me. All right, zoom in. Zoom in. All right, now the screen's starting to flicker. I have no control over that, and that usually means we're going to get bounced. Hi, Cindy. If I get bounced, I will be signing right back on. Okay, so here's a really cool color that I'm finding for skin. It's this color right here. And I want you to watch how I'm applying this eyeshadow. The sponge tip applicator works beautifully. What background noise is that? Like grunting noise? That would be my dog Vicky. Or are you talking about the music and the rain sound? Da, 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 da. All right, now remember, guys, I drew this part in, right? That wasn't on oh my gosh, Bennett's original piece. So I'm putting my base color on, and because you can turn these little puppies sideways, you can get into narrow spots. Da, da, da. All right. So there's my makeup application for skin. Got to get rid of a little blue on here. Okay, how's the sound now, guys? Is it okay? And now I'm going with a darker eyeshadow for the shading on the hand. And then I'm going to use the darker right here. And my darker down here as well. There you go. And then I'm taking the side of my applicator. There, did that clear up, guys? And I'm using the side of my applicator. This is all with eyeshadow, guys. Look how beautifully this is coming up. There you go. Okay. I will quiet down the birds. Thank you for letting me know. Zoom out. Alrighty, we've got skin tone. And that was just with the application of this eyeshadow. Everybody see how I did that? So I have a precise application. And we've got better looking hands. Okay. All right, let's get some color for her nails. That is the wings of the bee. All right, let me put my shadow away. I just wanted to show you how to do those skin tones. And again, I drew this bottom part in because it's cut off on the page, and I drew in the bottom part of her outfit as well. Alright, so we're going to put Gaga away. And again, that's why I bought that particular set, because it has all the tans in it. And the browns, different browns. Put my paper behind here. So I'm going to go ahead and do a very light pink on her nails. We don't want anything distracting here. So we'll go ahead with a nice light color. And her ring got covered up a little bit with that eyeshadow, so I'm just going to go ahead and erase that. Eyeshadow erases beautifully, guys. All right. And you know that I'm not one to go without shading and dimension. Right? Right. So, I'm going to go ahead and put in my additional shade. And you can see how much better that looks when you just take that 2 seconds, right, and add that additional dimension. No flat coloring, guys. There we go. Now we've got a little under outfit here. So I'm going to work in a little bit of gold and brown. So this happens to be my PC 1034. And then I'm going to take a dark brown and pop that in between here in the shadows. and blend it out. And that'll look nice and rich. And then I'm going to take a light, no, I'm going to take a medium blue, and we're going to go ahead and do those crossbars here. Gorgeous. All right, let's take a look. Everybody see how rich and regal and royal that looks? Okay. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into here. Okay. So I want to do some soft colored pearls. Thank you, Rhonda. And remember, I drew in that one pearl because that was driving me nuts that there was that gap. So there's my light pink. And then I will go to a medium pink. So on this line art here, and then I'll pull in my dark. Oh, Pearl, thank you so much for that info on the Sparkle Pops. Don't forget, guys, anytime that you want me to look into something on camera, just send me an instant message and I am. Okay, now I've got my darkest pink to give that dimension. Oh, beautiful, guys. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, I am not going to tone this down with a white pencil because in this case, I want the pearls to be a little more oomph. So I'm going to very lightly take my blender pencil and just hit these just a little bit. Don't get overzealous with your blender pencil. You don't want to mush your colors, and plus we've got this gray to deal with. Now, we've got a little bit of white, so I'm going to get my arteza again. Da-da-da-dum. Okay, Pearl, I didn't get your message yet. You want to double check that, please? Da-da-da-dum. Da-da. Okay, now let's go ahead and pop this with a little bit of white on the top. I'm following Bennett's lead. And we'll get that little dash there. Not too shabby. Oh, okay, Pearl. Well, if somebody would send me the information on the Sparkle Pops, I will take a look into it. Okay, let's pull out and take a look. Elegant. Da-da-da-dum. Da-da-da-dum. Well, Pearl, as I always say to you guys, I will never, ever, ever show you something that I don't think that you know, something that I don't feel that you can't do. And what I would suggest to you is if you have this book, then plop yourself down and watch this tutorial. It's long. I mean, I'm doing it over several days to walk you guys through it. It'll be a really great teaching tool for you. And this is why my teaching takes a little longer, because I walk you through everything I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to make this gold. I happen to be using a PC 1034 again. I want you guys walking away from our encounters saying, yes, I can do that. And if you can't, and you're not asking me questions, then that's a problem. Da, 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 da. Now, because of the way that Bennett did his drawing here, this is already coming up beautiful, beautifully gold. La da da dum. And I missed a little part here, right underneath. I gotta make sure that's not a footy. I colored over the footy. Hold on. Hold your horses. There we go. Sorry. There we go. Okay, now I want to make a point here. By just coloring over that with the gold, that looks really awesome, doesn't it? But we can make it look even more awesome, awesomer, by adding our shades. La-da-dum. And that's what grayscale's all about, is you don't want to use just one color and go over the gray. That's not this. And actually, guys, this is not grayscale. This is line art. If you notice here, Bennett has taken, you see these little lines right here? These little tiny dots? This is where Bennett was drawing his lines with his pen. And he shaded with his pen. I want you to look at that very closely. Let me see if I can bring you in closer yet. Everybody see the strokes of those pen? This is intricate pen work. Oh, Sandra, good night. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in on the gold. And just like I did on underneath our little buglet here, we're going to work on that shading. Good night, Miss Sandra. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Hi, Wanda. We'd love to have you back. Either that or leave this broadcast on in the background. And you can hear me yakking at you. Wanda, did I miss you coming in? I'm so sorry, Wanda. I'm sorry. Okay, everybody see now how rich that's looking? Notice that we've got the white area right here that's making that reflection look really cool. Well, Wanda, normally when you come in, we got people saying, Wandy! Oops, I was going to do something and oh, no I'm not, because that's the bug. Whoop. Okay. So everybody see now how rich that gold is working? And I'm just going to take a little bit of white. Now, I'm not combination of slightly softening the look of the gold, because gold is a soft color, right? So we're going to soften that up a little bit and give it that shine. We didn't see you. We did not, Wanda. Wandy, Wandy, woohoo! So now we've got this gold looking pretty nifty. All right, now I'm going to play with my shiny glass. No kidding, Pearl. We got to say hi to Wanda. So let me pull out. Okay. So I'm going to apply some of that shiny glass stuff on here so you can see how this looks. I just gotta get it to the tip. Okay. Da 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 da. We are family. Da 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 da. Okay, so here's my glass goop. And I'm going to goop it on here. Now, I have no idea if this goop is supposed to be goopy like this. Like I said, it's been sitting on my shelf for probably a couple of years. So it may be a little more gooped than it should be, if that makes sense. But I want you to see how this stuff looks. It's got the consistency of honey. And if you have too much, just scoop it off into your paper towel. And I hope you guys can see already. See, it'll retain this glossy look. Right, Melba? You deal with stuff that's similar to this. Hey, you guys put something into my hands, I'll play with it. And I want you to notice, I hope you can see how, let the light shine on it. There. I'm doing that on purpose so you can see this. Oh yeah, I can see using this stuff a lot. You put a little more goop on here. Okay, now, again, you think I'd learned by now. I went over the bug's footy again. So I'm just going to go ahead and scrape that off with a toothpick. There we go. And then I'll take my toothpick and I will apply it in between his footies. You guys laughing at me by now? Alright, so we'll get that in between. There we go. That poor bee, I've colored over his foot. I gooped over his foot. He's gonna think I'm out for him. There we go. Oh man, does that look regal? All right. And if all works out well, by the way, Melba and I are going to have a really neat surprise for you guys. Exactly, Pearl. Already thinking of it. There you go. You guys are thinking about this already. All right, I've got his foot uncovered. Hopefully I'll leave it alone this time. But yeah, wouldn't that be perfect for the eyes? There you go. And again, I'm deliberately letting the shine reflect. Now, let me pull the light off, and you can see that it still looks pretty nice. And it just riches up that color. And the really neat thing now, let me show you this too. Clean up. I love idiot-proof stuff. A little bit of water here. Brush in the water. And it cleans up beautifully. And then I'm just patting my brush dry on my paper towel here. So I will leave that out so we can do the eye. I love it when you guys think ahead of me. Ouch. Is that, so you guys are you're gonna groan when I say this, is that not the bee's knees? I'm sorry, I could not resist. Sorry, not sorry. All right, let's get some color into our bee. And Melba, by the way, I saw your post that you're accepting commissions for coloring. Go ahead, and you have my permission to post that information in the group. So go ahead, you can advertise yourself in my group. Okie dokie smoky. Da-dum. All right, let's color ourselves a bee. You're welcome, Melba. My pleasure, bud. Okay, so I went on the internet and I wanted to look at some bee colorings. So I just wanted to make sure I got the striping right. So as you know, I drew in the bottom half of this page, including the bottom half of this bee. So I'm going to go ahead and color his back half completely black. Good grief, that shine looks absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to, my pen's being a little wonky here. So I'm going to pop over to my marker. Let me pull this in so you can see. Okay, so we can make this tail behind look a little more bee-like. I need to adjust camera a little bit. And what I may do as well, too, since I've got my Sharpie marker in my hand, is go ahead and emphasize my bee. Didn't any of you guys appreciate my bee's knees comment? My gosh. Guys are so quiet. I thought at least that would get a couple of groans out of you. Okie dokie smoky. Let's see what we can do here and what kind of trouble we can get into. Now, Yana, good night, good night, good night. Don't forget to post close-ups of your pictures, Yana. We wanted to see it. Wanda's got her work in progress posted. Sweet. Hey, Wanda, you never explained how you used yellow highlighter on your images. Now, I'm enhancing the bee. To make it look really sharp. Not stingy wise, of course. But notice now, ooh, I want to get that in my goop. Notice now how the bee is looking really elegant now. So you use the yellow highlighter. you used what? The same color highlighter on the item? So if you did a light blue flower, you used a light blue highlighter, or did you use a yellow highlighter on top of it? That shiny goop is starting to set up now already. It dries pretty quickly. All right, let me pull out. Oh, Sharon, the bee is right here in her hands. The wings are down here. I'm going to highlight them in a minute. Notice the difference now between this part of the bee and this part of the bee is this looks a lot duller. Sharon, can you see the bee now? This whole thing? Okay, now, let me show you. How I'm going to highlight now the little guy's wings. There you go. And if anybody has any questions at all, please don't hesitate. If you don't see something or don't understand something, and I'm going to take my black marker and I'm going to put just a little bit of shadow underneath her fingers, or by her fingers, just to darken that a little bit. Sharon, it'll make more sense when I get this guy colored. Okay. So I'm going to start with my yellow, my PC 916. And guys, don't get hung up on pencil brand. I've got, what I say, 11 brands or something like that. Melba, they brought the rain with them. 16 colors of pencils is what I have. No, 16 brands of pencil is what I have. I'll tell you what, guys, the Midwest is desperate for rain. Oh, the rain was already there all day. Okay. So somebody answer my question. Is this yellow the only color I'm going to use on this part of the bee fur? Because after all, bees are yellow and black, right? All right, I'm going to go over that with a Brute Ferner 040 orangey gold. Good night, Miss Amy. Thank you for joining us. Everybody see the shade difference now between here and here? And the thing is, guys, and this bee is a perfect example. You could have left it the yellow, and people looking at it would go, oh, that's gorgeous. But when you add your tones, that's when you get dimension and depth. And people looking at this may not necessarily realize that you added orange. goldish orange. All they know is that it looks really beautiful. Okay, Miss Amy. Well, good thing everything goes to video. Okay, now the eye, I'm going to go ahead and coat that with yellow. And then I'm going to add a little bit of blue for dimension. Not much. And then I'm going to add a little bit of brown, because remember, this is an eyeball, right? Everybody see the array of colors now? La, da, da, da. All right. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of orange. Highlight to the footies. A little bit of brown. Now remember, we've already got our grayscale working here for us. And then on that light area right there, I'm going to throw on a little bit of my white highlight. Okay. So now on this footy that I've been trying to cover up all night long, I'm going to leave that basically my orange, because if I go with the brown, it's going to disappear in her collar. So we're good to go there. And look guys, that glass area has basically set up already. I can touch it without any problem. Oh my gosh, that looks so cool. All right, can you guys see now that this is RB. RB? RB. Da, da, da. I'm adding a nice brown, a light brown to this, which is looking a little gold. So I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, Sharon, are you seeing that clearly now? Okay, Pearl, yeah. I'm so glad this goes to replay for you guys. You know, and then you can stop it and forward it and listen to all my corny comments. All right, so I'm going to blend a little bit. Just a little. And I want to soften up the bee wings. Oh man, this glaze, I love it. Now, I'm not coloring over the gray or the black, okay? I'm just coloring over where I put my brown, because I want that to be lighter. I misspoke. I want it to be muted. There we go. And actually, I am going to go over the black just a little bit. Change of plan. All right, let me brush this off. We are so close, guys. Okay, and I'm going to take a light brown and I'm going to color the antennae. And then I'm going to go ahead and, let's see something here. I missed an area. I did. There we go. And I'm going to take a little white and put it on that yellow. While I'm at it, to make that really stand out. See how that's popping up the color now? So when you put white on yellow, if you don't put too much on, it will pop it. So on this little spot right here, I'm going to just put it right there. See how it lightened up these three areas? 1, 2, 3. Boom. Same on the legs, on the little footies. All right. Let's take a look at this little guy. Got a couple more things to do with him. Oops. Just a spot. How are we looking so far, guys? Not too shabby. Melba, will you please text that to me, the triple thick? I'll be doing the bracelet, Wanda. All right, let's goop up his eye. Look at that. And then, of course, when I angle it, you're going to see that shine. Okie dokie smoky. Let me clean my brush before it gets too solid. Hey Melba, maybe you should have your, absolutely I will spray it. I gotta do the bracelet first, and we're gonna do something with the background too. Yeah, the girl in the dress, when I put the shiny on that window, the last thing I did was spray it. Now, having said that, if you want to put the glossy stuff as your very last step, meaning after you sprayed it, that's fine. The spray will not interfere with the glossy. Yeah, I got to do her bracelet and her ring and a little portion of her dress. It didn't do anything to it, Pearl. That's what I was just saying. On my lady. I mean, this is powerful, powerful gloss. See? See that? That was after with the, I put the Krylon spray right on top of that. I wanted to test it and see. Okay, let's get this last little portion done here on her dress. Okay, so we have her bracelet. I'm going to erase. I really hope that you guys have enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed doing this particular project. I love it when I have different stuff that I can show you. So I'm showing you a lot of little techniques. That's fun always on a project as well. All right, I'm going to take my Tombow. All right. I need to think about this a minute. Okay, so the pearls are done. Oh, let's see what we can do with this. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I have some little flat pearls. Let's see. Oh yeah, we can do this. So you guys can watch me skittle these all over the place when I take these out of the bag. It's so funny, a lot of them ended up upside down. And I'm going to put these little guys on here. Let's see how this works out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add more stuff that can skittle all over the place. Oh my. So I've got two glues that I use. I use the washable clear, and I use Melba recommended the washable gel. Either one is fine, but be aware that the washable gel has a slightly blue tint, just a little bit. So let me you can't even see, whoop, there we go. You can't really even see that tint. Now, nobody laugh when I bump these all over the place, okay? Okay. Whoop. And there it goes. There we go. And then, if that isn't enough of dealing with teeny tiny little pieces, oh, wait a minute, I got one more spot. Oh, come on. And no, tweezers don't work. Okay, there we go. I really need to put all these individuals in a pint bag that I got from Ziploc. so bear with me while I put these away. Here, I'll give you something more interesting to look at than the back of my hand. Okay, then I'm going to take my little rhinestones bear with me while I put these away, because like I said, if I don't, they will come up MIA. All right, then I'm going to take my little, these are self-adhesive rhinestones. You've seen me use these before. I love them. They come in all these different sizes. They are really, really cool. So I've got these pink ones that will match my necklace. I'm going to double check and see if I have a slightly softer pink. Oh yes, I do. I thought I did. There we go. Much better. And I think you guys can see where I'm going with this. Now, you guys know that my caveat to adding stuff is don't get stupid with it. Oh. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue, because you still need glue. Self-adhesive will not cut it, because when you go to store your pages or move them around, it's going to rub up against it. So I'm going ahead and coating the bracelet with a little of my glue. There we go. And then I'm going to put my little teeny tiny pinks on here. And let me pull you out a second. Oh, let me pull you out a second so you can see how that looks. Doesn't that look cool? So the neat thing is you've got two glues working here. You got your sticky glue from your rhinestone, and then the glue that you put on. And trust me, as you work with this stuff, you'll get really good at handling it. You will. And if you have older eyes, like I do, use a magnifier, a stand magnifier. I missed a little spot with glue. One moment, please. And let me pull you out. There you go. Not bad. Now, be aware, if you do something like this, if you don't use soft colors, it could change your center of attention. But I think we're okay with it. Okay. Questions, comments? Again, if it's not your taste, that's fine. I'm just showing you your different options. You're right, the ring. And I knew I needed to do that, and thank you, Pearl. I looked right at it and was going to do something, and I missed it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You saying good night, Melba? Oh, that little bug. I don't want to kill the little guy, if you wonder why I keep letting him fly into the picture. Oh, a pearl for the ring. Okay. I can do that. I was going to do a shiny, but I'll do a pearl. Pearl says pearl. I can do that. Yeah, that's the smallest pearl that I have, though. So, I need to do a shiny. Because I have a teeny tiny, yeah, it's too big. It sure is. Okay, I'm going to go with an aqua blue. The reason I am not going to go with pink is because her nails are already pink. I'm not going to go with the blue because of the outfit. So I'll go ahead and go with the aqua blue, which I don't know if you can see how small this really is. Oh my, it is small. Put a little dab of blue. There we go. And this is the smallest of the rhinestones that I have. And it just fits. Look at that. Made for it, right? Oop, I'm so sorry. Yeah, topaz would look good. Good night, Miss Rhonda. Actually, I'm going to change this. If you guys don't mind. I like that idea of the topaz. sorry to be indecisive about it. Good night, Miss Pearl. Pearl, give me 2 minutes, because after I put this on, I will pull out and show you guys the whole thing again. I still have a little bit to do on the background, but I want Miss Pearl to see this. Okay, there we go. Let me move all my junk out of the way so you can see this. My desk blows up every time I do coloring. There you go. Now I still have a little more to do on the background in about 15 minutes. So we'll play with that, if you guys can hang with me. Let me get my items out of the way here that's casting a shadow. And look at that bee eye. Isn't that cool? Now, I will repeat that this does not take as much time as I've taken with it. You guys know that I slow down when I'm teaching. So there's the piece. Okay, Pearl, now you can leave. Oh my gosh, Pearl, you don't have to apologize for helping your husband. Good grief. Now, I will say to you, again, you don't have to get as blingy as I did. I really wanted to stay as conservative as possible. If I had had the smaller pearls, I would have done smaller pearls on the bracelet. But I didn't have that. But we do have our shiny eye on the bee and on the collar. And by putting that glaze on there, that made this darker, right? So that really enhances everything. Okay, so for those of you that can stay, one more little enhancement here, because I'm basically done with this puppy. So I'm getting my gagas out. Let's see if it's got... There we go. So now I'm going to go through and in order to keep everything from being complicated, I'm going to go through and I'm going to use a gray background. Now, the trick to this is we need to make it merge with Kirby, darn it, with Bennett's coloring. So I'm using a slightly darker gray to transition where that line is, and I will cover it as much as possible. Now I'm just using my finger. I don't want to use my makeup applicators for this. And I really should put paper behind it because I just put a new background on my desk. Now remember, I still have to go back tomorrow and finish up the outline on my flowers. No biggie. Da-da-dum. So we've got a nice soft background coming up here. Look how beautiful that looks. Now I'm not sure I can get this line out all together. We'll see what I can do. I'm not really going to worry about it. And I don't want you guys to get fussy about things like that. It is what it is, right? All right. Now, this is the side where I got rid of the black line. Showed you how to do that. Now, the one thing you got to be sure, whether you're using chalks or your makeup, is to get right up next to the image you're surrounding. Otherwise, you're going to have a halo around there, unless you want the halo. I don't want the halo. I want a consistent background. Okay, now we've got to deal with Bennett's shading again. So I'm just going to pull the eyeshadow in a little bit and cover up the ridges he put in there. And that's going to make this transition go better. Da-dum. And I also will remind you that this is the original page from the book. I did not copy it onto anything, which I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't, but that's okay. I can buy the image again from Bennett. Okay. Gonna get a little gray right in here. There we go. Get that. I'm going to brush this out. Let me put my eyeshadows away. And I am calling this one done. Now, except for my little white line here, which I'll fix later because I got to let that dry, I would say we're done. Now, I'm going to go ahead and spray this. Let me get my clacker bottle out. And notice that I've made these different patches with my brown, gray, because this was already patchy, so I wanted to match that all the way up. So give me a moment while I spray this. There you go. Questions, comments. And the one last thing I would tell you, I may show you this tomorrow, is to get rid of a line like that, you could take a pencil and match the gray. And that's not it right there. And blend it out. I'll show you that later. I really should let that Krylon settle in first. Okay, we are in good shape, guys. I'm really happy with this. I hope it's been fun for you. I hope you learned a lot with it. I think we got a pretty good do on this one. All right, guys, thank you so much. This is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Guys, joyous, joyous coloring. Great project, lots of fun. Showed you some new stuff. Please share this to your timeline so others can enjoy it. And tell your friends. Okay, guys. You take care. Good night, good night, good night. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye.